Gamescom 2013, where Gaming Gear has just won the final of the International Wildcard Tournament. They're going to Los Angeles, and I'm joined by their mid laner, Mazarine. Mazarine, tell me first quickly about the first game for you, because they banned out the Gragas. That was really good for you yesterday, but there was no care in the world for you. You just owned it up on Orianna. Tell me about that game for you.
That game went perfectly because Orianna is my main champion and we've made very little mistakes, so we just took all objectives and turrets and the enemy couldn't respond to that, so we won.
Yes, you did. So tell me about after that first game. You realized we have one game to go and we're going to LA, so what was the atmosphere like in the team?
The atmosphere was perfect because we just won and we won pretty hard, so the team was really happy. They went to smoke and to the toilet and we came back and we were pretty sure that we will win. We were almost 100% sure because we knew that the enemy was demoralized because of the loss, and that's good for us.
Yeah, you're going to give them their final blow. Now, you had a great start in that second game, and you were on Fizz this time around. So tell me about that, because as the game went on, Pain got better in team fights. So what did you do to keep it in your favor?
After every fight, we try to control the enemy buffs and turrets and drakes, and even if we traded for equal kills, we just came back and got drakes or turrets or red buff, blue buff, and it turned out to be better for us. And we also kept wards in their jungle so we could control their jungle, and they never controlled ours, and that was what made us win, I think.
That was the key, and we've seen your team grow throughout this tournament. How are you looking back on your own performance? Because it just seemed like you did so much for that team, and your champion pool is so unpredictable.
Could you repeat that?
Yes, that your champion pool seems to be so unpredictable. Is that the main strength of your team?
I don't know, but we rely on me to be the key player to control. Me and the jungler control the enemy buffs and objectives and make the most calls, I think. So that is, maybe that's our strength. I do not know really, but yeah.
So enough game talk. You made it. When that Nexus went down, when Pain Gaming's Nexus went down, what was going through your mind?
I can't really explain it. I didn't know how to feel. It was a really great feeling to go to the Worlds, and we all yelled that we are going to Los Angeles and that it's going to be a 14-hour flight, and we never flew that far.
You don't have to walk so far back. You're a winner. You can stay on the center stage. Now, it's actually just begun for you now, because there's a long way ahead of you. You're going to LA. You're going to have to face that international competition. So what's going to happen now?
Tomorrow we're going to play qualifiers for some Ukraine tournament, and then we're going there on the 13th day. 13, yeah, of August, and then we're going to boot camp in our home country in the ESL studio for a week, I think, and then we'll fly off to Los Angeles and to play in the World Championship.
Finally, what does it mean for you, for your team, for your region, for everybody? Is there anything you want to say to your fans? You made it, you did it.
A shout out to fans. I want to thank all our fans from all over the world and all the new fans too that we got, and to our organization, Gaming Gear. And thanks for the games to the enemies too.
Very respectful. Now, just a couple of more things. You're going to that world stage. You've done very well here. You've grown, but the competition is fierce. Do you think your team has what it takes to step up to those, international gigantic teams that are going to be at Worlds?
It's going to be difficult to win against those teams. We don't even know what we're facing at the moment because we only know one team. That's Minesco, I think, from Southeast Asia. And it's going to be difficult to win, but we will give our best and we will train hard for that week.
Finally, what does Gaming Gear do when they've secured their spot in LA? Is there going to be a party in your team tonight?
I don't know, I'm still underage, so it's difficult. But there's going to be the Twitch party, I think, so they're all going there tomorrow, I think. And me, I don't know if I'm going.
But whatever you do, savor your victory. You guys earned it. Congratulations, Mazrin. Great words here from Mazrin. As for us, it's time to send it back over to Quickshot and Kobe over at the desk.
Thank you very much, Shots. It was great to hear Mazrin talking. A very, very good interview. And I see there, they've researched the other teams. They know who else is there. They're ready for Worlds. Guys, we are just minutes away from our first European LCS regional playoff game. And earlier today, we asked you which EU LCS team is coming into the playoffs and why. Who's carrying the most momentum and why? And here's what you guys had to say. So we got Jackie8. He says, Team Ultimate. They won the close race for 6th, and they're not about to let other teams take away their chance for Worlds.
I think they do have a lot of momentum, even just because they went 0-5 and then had to win that tiebreaker. That much pressure being put on them, and then stepping up builds your confidence a lot. Plus, I saw RNA here already, so I'm scared of him.
Yeah, he's been on the stage before. At Digger3232, he says, Gambit has the momentum. Even after the fun game with EG, they seem to be out for blood, like the M5 of old.
It's always scary when anyone starts looking at the M5 of old because they were so dominant at that time. And Gambit, they've been a very up and down team. They can easily come very high up again and spike again.
Yeah, a lot of it also stems from those boot camps. We'll see if it continues to trend upwards. At Borny27, he reckons NIP are going into this one as my favorites, going from almost last spot to the top 3, and he reckons it's really promising.
Yeah, jumping up, and anyone getting to the top of this EU LCS lineup here is really difficult because they're all so close. The NIP team definitely led by Bjergsen.
Ironically, with the ladder being close, it only needs a couple of wins to get all the way up there. At iHockey, he says it has to be EG. They've been coming on so strong since they added Shaka. It seemed to make Snoopy and the team step up.
They definitely did need something to change up that team, and bringing in both an analyst in N-rated and Shacker to put some more pressure on the jungle there, it has definitely helped them out. They've been looking much, much better.
Yeah, Snoopy's performance in particular, he's only failed, I think, 1 tower dive. It's a nice change. At Ben Geronimo, he says Lemon Dogs. Since Mithy joined the team, their dominance has been unquestionable and their momentum is snowballing.
There's something like 14-4 since he joined the team. That is ridiculous. And it's not only because he's a really good support, but coming in as like the analyst, the play caller, he's a tactician as well.
Yeah, especially out of the game. A lot of thought process goes into that one. So congratulations to the winners of the Logitech Gaming Mice. Those were some fantastic tweets.
Those were definitely some great tweets, but we still want more. Keep sending your answers our way all day. We're at LOL Esports, so make sure to use the hashtag LCS.
All right, and once you are done tweeting, take a moment to give us some feedback and help us make the LCS bit better. Go to bit.ly/LCS Gamescom and tell us what part of the World Championship you are most excited to see. All right, guys, we are just moments away from that first European LCS regional playoff here at Gamescom. So let's check out the pristine brackets one more time before we start mucking them all up once again.
All right, up first is the quarterfinal match between the number 3 seed Evil Genius and the 6th place squad Team Alternate. And in our second LCS quarterfinal showdown for today, it'll be the 4 seed Gambit Gaming taking on the 5th seed Ninjas in Pajamas.
And the winners of today's best of 3 series will move on to Saturday's semi-final round, where they'll face off against the top-seeded Lemon Dogs and the 2nd seed Fnatic, while the losers get dropped down to the relegation match.
And once again, and something new for the LCS split, the loser of that relegation match will join SK Gaming and Meet Your Makers in the spring promotion tournament, where they'll have to take on Europe's top challenger teams in order to earn a spot for Season 4 of the LCS.
Yeah, and for Alternate, they've already had a close call with relegation. After going 0-5 during Super Week, they became the Ninjas in Pajamas' biggest fans after Bjergsen and crew pulled off an unlikely comeback.
Pretty much we went 0-5 in the Super Week.
We didn't win the game the whole weekend.
And it was like lose after lose after lose.
No, we never gone 0-5 before, like we went 5-0 in the first week and now we go 0-5 in the last week.
And that could mean, unfortunately, no playoffs for Alternate.
I was like, holy, we will maybe play for the tiebreak against Escape.
When we watched the game NIP versus SK, we kind of get pumped up because the match was so close and so exciting.
Well, the game against NIP, the game was practically over. Like, you could say that game was ours. And at some point I thought like, well, the game is lost, like, SK won. It's impossible that they lose this game.
First, we were voting for NIP.
I never voted for a team as much as this before.
Yeah, I was the biggest NIP fan ever, just for that game.
And in the end, we were constantly screaming Bjorks and go into work.
Carry alternate as well, please.
Ninjas in pajamas have done enough to take the game here.
We will have to give Bjergsen a huge hug.
We are gonna thank him later for that.
You're welcome. After the NIP won, everyone was so pumped up because we knew that now is our last chance.
We felt really bad. The mood afterwards was horrible. And the mood we engaged the alternate match afterwards with was the worst you could ever see. Before the game, Ocelot came to me and said, good luck, the best team will win. And he was trying to smile. I kind of feel that he wasn't really like confident.
It's now or never. Now it's do or die. Because this match, best of one, go to Gamescom or go to relegation at the end of the year.
We start the game and Candy Panda got the first blood on bottom. The first thing happened on my head was, okay, we lost.
After I died on the first blood, I was completely destroyed.
But the only thing it came out of my mouth was like, Kritan, don't worry, it's fine, we'll win the game.
Never surrender.
And we did that, like I counter gank bottom, I get like 2 kills bottom, then we kill mid lane, then we kill bottom, then we got Drake, and we start like snowballing from there.
And that surely is all she wrote for SK Gaming. Alternate are going to be through to Gamescom, they're through to the playoffs.
We didn't deliver, so we just see how the playoff chances slip through our fingers. SK they are close friends of me. I've been on that team before, and I know how is his brain, I know how is his hurt, and I know how destroyed it can be after this game.
For every LCS team, Gamescom is like a dream.
What a phenomenal video, hearing from the players, and you know, the emotions and the reactions over a Super Week, especially for a team like Alternate, who were #1 for 6 weeks out of the 9, and then go 0-5 in Super Week and almost get relegated.
Bjergsen, the biggest carry for alternate there. He was the only one with not that much emotion. You're welcome.
Yeah, that is just Bjergsen. He's like that all the time. All right, guys, we do need to take a very short break, but when we return, Froggen and the Evil Geniuses try to jump all over Alternate and hop into Saturday's semifinals. We're just 3.5 minutes from the European LCS Summer Playoffs, live from Gamescom Cologne, Germany. Stick around.